really fun. I'm enjoying this because you know why? I have been literally riding in Ubers for 2 years. I have been telling the story to probably any Uber driver that I get a vibe with, because it's not every last one, but most, I would say 85% of the Uber drivers I get vibe with and allow me to just kind of express myself, and that's kind of cool. Like, my archangel is Michael, so Michael in the Uber driving arena is amazing. So thank you, Michael. So back to the fact that I ended up homeless after living with somebody for 3 years, thinking that this person loved me. Just a couple of days before that, he said, "You know what, Michea, I love you, and I don't want to lose you," because I'm like, you know what, this isn't gonna work. Let me move into the other room. Like, I even said this at the beginning of our relationship. I said, guess what? If this doesn't go well, I'll just move into one of the other rooms, because this is a very large house. And I'm going to move into one of the other rooms, and I'm going to go ahead and find a place to live. Just give me time. I won't mess with you. You don't have to even talk if you don't want to. I mean, I'll be cordial. But instead of that happening, and because, you know, he wasn't being nice to me, so I will not have sex with somebody who will not be nice to me. And I think that just really got to him. It ain't happening. I cannot get wet for you. And I can get wet in a heartbeat as long as I'm turned on. And if I'm turned on, then we all gonna be turned on, because I know what I'm doing. I'm a Scorpio and I'm 60 and I've been here for a minute and I have experience. So anyway, back to the fact that this man, several days prior, after all the lovey-dovey, smooshy, I love you, literally unprovoked kicked my ass and kicked me out the house. I end up staying out the house. Let's not even go into the details, because the details are out there. I've said it over and over again. But let's be very clear. The fact that I am so incredibly stubborn that I refuse to compromise, and I'm just going to do what I actually have a desire to do to get to where I need to be. And I hated every second of being homeless. Every freaking moment. I hated it. But you know what I end up doing? Loving it once I got out of it, almost 2 years to the day. Because the same person that kicked me out my ass and kicked me out the house is the same person that said, "Oh, I really still care about you, and I want you to, you know, I want to help you, and I care about you, and I don't want you out there like that." So he invites me back into the house, which was really weird. But it's because he said he found God. And I'm like, really? Because the funny thing is, I said God Almighty would have to come down and tell me face to face, "Michea, you need to be with this man because I said so, and I'm God." And that's what it was. That's all it would have to be. So it was really weird that he had supposedly found God in order to tell me to come back to this house, which ended up being the best thing ever for the experience that Michea Benet, which is me, had to have. I think I'm more than a movement motivator. I'm actually just a movement all by myself. And I accept that. And it's not a challenge because I'm not competing with anybody. But to find yourself homeless, and I do mean homeless. And I mean homeless to the point where, okay, so homelessness for Michea Benet and other people like me, because there's more than me out here that has this mindset. So I bounced around from one Airbnb to another, and every last one of them was a shared environment. Not one of them was an individual environment. Now let's be very clear. I'm sharing an environment with people, and one of the most expensive Airbnbs I was in was $1,750. To this day, I cannot figure out 100% how I survived that part. Because I had no consistent income except I hustled every day. And when I say I hustled, I didn't sell no coochie. That's where I wouldn't compromise. And if I was giving some coochie up, that's because I wanted to give up some coochie. Because women like to do it too. So anyway.